What up, YouTube? It's your boy Banks, and we back in the building. You feel me? It's True Talks, cause True Talks. All right, let's get straight right into it. It's just unfortunate, man, that um, D-Book got his 62 in a loss. So we're gonna talk about the Suns, and then we're gonna talk about the Mavericks as well too, because again, we're just talking about Luka and D-Book because again, we're doing this for who? Kobe work. You know what I'm saying? 4 years yesterday. Kobe obviously passed. Gigi and everybody in that and the tragic accident on the helicopter. God rest their souls. But you got to do it for Kobe, fam. Like if you're a real hooper and you really have Mamba mentality and you adopt it yourself and you really are about excellence and you're gonna challenge yourself. Kobe got 81. Let me do it for Kobe. Like Luka's gonna try and get. He's gonna try and match that. D-Book is gonna try and match that. I don't like that D-Book got in a loss, but that's not fully his fault. But it's still excellence. It's still his fault because there's some buckets he could have got during that stretch down the comeback. But we'll talk about that. But you know what I mean. Let's talk about the Suns first. You know what I mean. Like one, let's appreciate because they've been on a let's see because again they've been on a what was it 8-game winning streak before that they're on an 8-game winning streak like let's see here. I'm pretty sure it was. I'm pretty sure it was an 8-game winning streak, but um, to be where they're at, where they were fifth in the conference, you know what I mean? Like that's wild. 7-game winning streak. This is about to be 8. So they're on a 7-game winning streak. That's wild, given where they were at, where they were like at 11, 12, whatever they were at. So for them to get here is hella elite, and for them to get there, even with the fact that they had multiple in 20-point comebacks closer to the fourth quarter is wild. That's like it's like you didn't. If you wanted them to have this is the best case scenario for the Suns, basically. Not that this is where they should be at best case scenario wise, but it's the best case scenario for them, given where they were kind of inconsistent with rotations and inconsistent with injuries to their big three and stuff like that. Being in positions where now everyone's back and you have to when you don't really figure it out when you're not a well-oiled machine, having to have 20-point comebacks and dig deep, where you have to be like, let's hoop, fuck everything else. Let's hoop and figure it out. Vogel also figuring out, adjusting, doing so many different things, like playing Eubanks in the one comeback, doing some crucial challenges that most mans wouldn't do, most coaches wouldn't do. And you win those, like the ones versus the Bulls, right? With Grayson Allen with the hook or whatever the case is, like doing so every man's adjusting their own route. KD playing the defense, Vogel putting him at the 5, like all these type of adjustments they have to do where you learn about yourself and learn, okay, wow, we actually have a fight. Regardless of all our play styles and man's skilled and don't have deep, we all have fight together. That is the recipe for a championship. So the fact that you could get on a winning streak when you're not even in your most comfortable, when you're like figuring it out, it's down 20, and you're still on a 7-game winning streak when mans who are figuring it out don't even have a 7-game winning streak. You get what I'm saying? All of just digging deep. That is a beautiful foundation to start off because it's unconventional, but dog, that's beautiful because now we only go up from here. Imagine now when you're a well-oiled machine. Oh my God, adjustments are going to be light work. You're going to know what I mean? And that's how they lost this game. They were honestly like, they were Gucci, but they kind of took their foot off the gas. Tip my hat off. Damn, Katie with that tough double clutch. Wasn't able to do a video, but that tough double clutch jump shot, pull up. You know what I mean? As I keep going, but that tough double clutch pull up, my God, that's beautiful. The view is full of buckets, boy. Like that's MJ Kobe like for a game winner to double clutch where Caruso almost blocks it. Like that is real tough work right there. You know what I'm saying? Like on that winning streak, but again, like KD just doing like having supernatural performances. D-Book as well too on this winning streak. It's not even like you guys are well oiled. Bradley Beal, not coming to where he's supposed to be coming to. You know what I mean? We'll talk about that. But for the most part in this game, like they could have won the game. They took the foot off the gas. And, obviously Indiana Pacers would having fight themselves without Tyrese Halliburton. But Nembhard just basically killed Grayson down the stretch. Killed him all one-on-one. And Vogel could have adjusted that maybe, but he's more so like, dog, have pride in defense. And Grayson is trying. It's not like he's not trying. Like he was there. It's just like certain body ups. Like he was just bodying up at the certain time, just killing him like Mans are just skilled. Even though when they don't look like they're not that skilled when not having a jump shot, they're still one-on-one skilled. If you have an island, one-on-one skilled because now they couldn't help as much because Mans were being lazy and giving free shots. So now their monster gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and their green light gets bigger. That's why you can see KD on the bench a couple of times mad at Grayson for digging on a Pascal drive with an elite defense in contact. Why are you digging just doing regular principles when this is KYP? You have to gotta realize, okay, I have a shooter right there. There's no need to dig right here. If he makes this, he makes that. That's tough shot. He's probably not gonna make it. Like sometimes just let the shit play out if it's tough deep. Like just read. He's padding him. Leave it. Don't help. If he gets a bucket right there, I'd rather a 2 than a 3. Because that 3 is gonna make these guys now momentum and they're feeling like, oh, he made it through. Okay, I can make one. Like, come on now. You gotta add part of that, part of the game. So that's why now Pacers are now they're monsters. They're feeling good, confident. Now everyone's staying home. So now Grayson Allen's getting abused one-on-one with easy layups by Nembhard. Everything is a chain reaction, right? So you can't really adjust against that when you basically are adjusting against other things as well too at the same time. So you know what I mean? Like you could tell everyone's supposed to stay home. And then now, because everyone's supposed to stay home and they have a small ball lineup, now you take out your big, now your offensive rebounds get affected. And then now, on top of that creation in the paint, now you're allowing offensive rebounds. It's like it's a recipe for disaster if you don't score on the offensive end. You're supposed to cancel. You're supposed to have to score. Too many droughts. Too many times where they're all 5 out on the three-point line. No man is cutting off D-Book getting double-teamed to force a more open tray ball. That's why they rotate, one pass. Every man on it. You're taking a late contest shot, and it's still a quality look for the type of men who are shooting it. But like, based off the opportunities you just wasted, that's not the look I wanted. When D-Book's getting double team, supposed to get a way better look. It's supposed to be a wide open 3 or a layup, not a late contest 3. When you were that double team that recklessly, a late contest 3 is okay in regular offense, but off of a 2-on-1 where now it's 4-on-3, there's no way you should be getting any contest 3 off that. Like, I hope y'all understand what I'm trying to say. So when you look at it from that scenario, you know what I mean? Like, I was disappointed in that loss because 8-game winning streak. I expect them to bounce back, but like I expect them to keep going. But I never had trust in it because I knew in this winning streak, 7 games, y'all were like doing some miracles already. So like I knew eventually it was gonna come to an end, especially on the road. Like, you know what I mean? Like I knew because they're not locked in fully. They're still making mental mistakes. So as they get locked in, this win streak should increase and the losses should decrease. You just have to lock in more. So and Nurk, man, you got to be better at your finishing. It's just frustrating how mans are trapping KD and trapping D-Book, and you're getting it, and you're just doing these. The ball's out of bounds now, like doing these. Come on, Nurk, yo, body up, left hand, like you're better than that. I've seen you. Like, what are we talking? Like, what kind of takes are these? Everything is like it's like Nurk is always trying to draw something or do a move that is like mad lazy. Like he's not just like going aggressively like you want it. Like you know you're going to finish. It's like you can see he's thinking when he's doing shit. Maybe because Eubanks is on his back, scratching for minutes. Bobo, I don't know what's happening. Like you could maybe, you know what I mean? And man's move different mentally. Maybe that's why. Maybe they're on his ass like, Nurk, you got to be better. And like, he's just overthinking a lot of things and he's just mentally frail right now. You got to lock in. You know what I mean? You got to lock in. This is just mental shit at this point. It's not even like a skill thing because he has skill. It's just mental. The way he was playing at the beginning of the season when he first got here versus now, it's still certain things are similar, but it's way worse in terms of the finishing and stuff like it's like, dog, you're to the point like every time on short rolls, you don't even go up. You rather pass now. And it's not like you can't pass, but there's times where you have an open line, you still pass that and nothing happens out of it. Now got him, nigga, gotta do a step back or a pull up. That's part of the reason why D-Book and KD are going for 60s and 40s. Because that shit ain't working. It could work. It's just that you're not doing your job, Nurk. Come on, yo. Come on. Enough is enough, yo. Enough, yo. Enough. Hell no, enough. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at that, Beal as well too, fam. Like, you're a part of the big 3. It was despicable watching Beal waste opportunities like that. I lose off that. Beal is nice, and it's not like I'm discrediting Beal's ability and how elite Beal is. Beal is Himothy, which is why I'm talking like this. I only talk like this to guys who are literally. It's like, not come on. You're mentally strong and you have skill. Never should this be the case. You should just be an off night, not where like your demeanor and I could see that your game has changed. That's what I'm saying. When your game has changed, that's why you don't see me say nothing about no KD or D-Book, because the game don't change. There's only a couple of times that D-Book wasn't pulling some shit, and I was like, what are you doing? But I could see for him, it's more so he's playmaker, point guard, so I give him grace. But I know at some point he's going to have to tap into this. Hence the 40s and like, come on, fam. And when KD did the unlock and save the day with that 120-point comeback against the Kings, D-Book's, I got to be here. My fault, KD. I got you. So you never worry about them, because that's Mamba shit. I'm talking about Beal. You're on that level too. When I see your game change, meaning when KD and them are, because it's only been KD and D-Book getting double and trapped, when they swing to you, Beal, and you pump fake, and you have a one dribble pull up. That's your game. You now just run into the paint and I'll pass out to other men who are going to pass. Like, then you're shooting like, come on, fam, back end of the clock because you missed a couple threes. And then on top of that, you get it in the PNR. The man's in the drop. That's a pull-up or a step back that you normally would do, Beal. You just run into the paint and then pass to him, and you just waste the whole opportunity. Like, it's like, I'm like, watch. It's like he's just out there. And I'm not saying that he's just out there where he's not hooping. I'm just talking about the way he normally hoops. That's not him. That's not him. That is not him. Beal, get back to that. I promise you. If Beal gets back to that, even if he doesn't have 30s, it's not about, even if he has 18 and is off and you're pulling up and whatever, now the way mans operate on you, now the way they would trap, they might not trap no more. Like, it's chess. The game changes. Or every time you have those pull-ups, now they're like, now those are buckets. Because you can make those. That now the lead is not, when it's a 5-point game and they feel like, oh, we could come back. Actually, now it's 10 because of those crucial 1-2 possessions where you pulled up and you took advantage, you floated, you know what I mean? Where you can see Beal's just like catching and shooting, and then for the most part, everything else he's kind of hesitant on. You know what I mean? And it's not every game, it's just this last couple stretch. Like, he's been like that, like 3-4 games. Because I don't care about stats. I'm just talking about like the opportunities. Like, it's like he's not even seeing opportunities. For you not to see the opportunities when you normally seek the opportunities, that means you're literally overthinking. And now you're just wasting opportunity. Like, you're overthinking. You're not recognizing. You're not being aggressive in that. You're being a frail version of yourself. It's harsh to say that, but the reality, fam. Like, I'm just about just Kobe work. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, I just expect Beal to be better, and I know he will. Beal's that guy. When you average 30 in the league for, like, Beal's that guy. So, you know what I mean? It's not no knock on Beal or anything like that. It's just, it might come off that way. No, it's just that he is elite. Get back to that elite shit, fam. Come on now. It's needed. It's for the Suns. The more you do that and get familiar with that, your rhythm changes. Everything changes. He knows that, but not even just that. The continuity for the Suns change. The way mans guard you and have to think about change, and everything changes. And now when they play like, even your attacking downhill becomes easier because Beal's an elite attacker. Hence why D-Book is able to attack so much in these games, because his shot, and in their mind is hesitant at any point in time, even when it's tough shot pump fake, Nesmith gonna jump. Because the threat ability is so potent and they're so fearful of that shot, because they know if he leaves him, I gotta contest, I gotta stop him. That now you're like, more opportunities just happen for you. Blow-bys happen for you. They're playing you more tighter, antsy. So now you have a blow-by, like stuff like that. It's easier. Beal knows this. What are we talking about? It's Beal. He knows this. Come on, like, sometimes you just have to remind niggas sometimes. That's all. You know what I mean? So, you know, we'll see how that transpires, but, you know, that was despicable. That's 62 in a loss. That's Mamba. No, we can't do that. And it's not because he was supposed to hit that game winner, but one, he hopped a millisecond late. When D-Book fell and then spun on Nesmith, it reminded me of when Kyrie fell and did the slip and slide in Brooklyn versus the Timberwolves, I'm pretty sure. I think it was Okogie, funny, on the Suns was guarding him. You know what I'm saying? And when that happened, you know what I mean? Like, Kyrie had a bucket available. He just missed it. D-Book, same way, slipped. And then beautiful to, like, get up, spin out of that. Like, that was disgusting. But the problem is, out the spin, he didn't just left, right, plant. If he just out the spin, left, right, plant, pull, Nesmith's not there. It's too quick. That's bucket. Especially in the 62, that's game. Boy, no Nintendo. But when he spun, because of he's kind of looked at Nesmith or whatever he did, he's thinking, because this guy's coming, I need to get an extra burst. To man not even look at him. He just knows Nesmith's going to be there because he's on all this shit. and I need to end this. And this guy's coming as well too. He sees the defender. Who was it? It wasn't Turner. I forgot who. Toppin. I don't know. Maybe whoever it was. He sees them coming. So I'm gonna now delay my hop. I'm gonna hop into it so I could get extra 2-foot power balance. To lift and get a high shot release so I could shoot it. So that little millisecond in that hop, instead of the left right plant, from the left right plant will be quick. Off the spin, pull. Easy work. It's a pull. You don't have to jump that high. Easy work. He could pull before even Toppin comes or whoever it was comes. But because of the hop, now Nesmith could get up off of getting crossed or what he wasn't fall, but get off the spin getting crossed because he went to the other side, went to the strong side, reach, spin away from him, boom, open. Now had that little hop gather. Now Nesmith quickly could get back, and that millisecond changes everything. Now the contest is there, and it wasn't like he was fouled. He was fouled, but not fouled. It was like I'm not mad at the ref not calling because it wasn't like he hit the wrist. He was just so close proximity, and D-Book was expecting it that it was like it threw him off anyways, regardless. Like it's gonna be hard to score on that, and it's like D-Book is anticipating the foul too, so he kind of like if he just quickly shot it and didn't worry about the make and just shot it to draw the foul, he could have drew the foul because Nesmith's hand was there. He could have did that, but he was trying to make it. So like, you're trying to, it's detail work that I'm talking about. I don't know if y'all understand, but you know what I mean? Anyways, it's tough. It's tough, man. It's tough when you look at it from that perspective. And honestly, like again, too, another thing is, so he could have ended that game. He definitely could have ended that and definitely could have won that game. But Okogie, Josh Okogie, and I don't even know if it's Okogie. It might be Okogie. It could be that. You know what I mean? We know. But or Koji. I don't know what it is. I gotta ask what the pronunciation on that is. So I gotta say it correctly for real, because I'm from there. So I gotta get right on. I gotta lock in. That's my fault. But yeah, Okogie, yo. Basically, he's been hooping, and I know his shooting has affected his rotation a little bit, but those comebacks and those elite games that they have stretches, even versus the Mavs where they had stretches that they separated themselves, it's his defense. It's his defense. And I think Vogel is probably thinking about what I'm thinking about because he's a real hoop. He has a hella high IQ. I know he's thinking of putting Okogie back in the lineup because he's trying to assess. Grayson Allen is a good defender, but sometimes he just is his quick first step and cutoff and stuff is not as quickly reactive and sharp like Okogie, right? Okogie's is very, very sharp. His is more similar to like Kawhi, like OG, like Marcus Smart, like that quick, you know what I mean? That quick twitch. You know what I mean? So, or getting beat, recovering back like that. Like Grayson Allen, if he gets beat, it's hard. He'll try to recover, but he doesn't have that quick of a reaction in that. And so you could see that's why he makes some mental mistakes sometimes on defense that KD be yelling at him, where it's like he has great defense instincts, but he still sometimes is like sleeping. Like he has a delayed reaction sometimes, naturally. Not like he's sleeping. Sometimes he just can't react as quick. I can't explain it fully, trying to find the words, but sometimes he has those lapses. So a man could attack him and like go to work on him. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna be there. It's not like it looks bad. It doesn't look like bad defense, but because a bucket is happening, he's just getting fried. You're like, damn, yo. Because he's a good defender. It's not like he's a bad defender. He's a good defender. He's honestly a good defender. Like, and he has good instincts. Like, he's a good defender. He strips, he blocks. Like, he's a good defender, has a motor. Like, he's good. He's solid. So I'm not, this is more so just a strategy for wins. It's not like he's trash, go to the bench. Like, it's not one of those. And his shooting 50-49, like, what are we talking about? Like, he's so important. He's valuable. And the games, and this is going to prove my point. The games that they're even down 20 in the first half and stuff like that, if you really look at it, Allen is performing. He's actually, a lot of the times, the only one shooting well. Like the game versus the Kings, he was the only nigga splashing. KD was off, Book was off, you know what I'm saying? Like, they were all off. So, but for you to still be down 20 while Allen is splashing, his splashing is very crucial, but it's crucial secondary to this. Because you have so many scorers and you need defensive stops so your scoring can really hit them in the chest, because when you're stopping them, that's when you get blowouts for the Suns. Like crucial stops, and they feel like they can't score. Doesn't mean you stop everything, but like they can't attack nobody. They don't feel comfortable in anything. It's like, oh, wow, we're getting padded. And they're splashing. Oh, my God. Like how they destroyed the Mavs. Why? Because of Kogi in that transition. Because remember, the Mavs were, when they went on that run, 62 to whatever it was, 19 or whatever that bullshit was, Okogie was there, and it was Okogie defending, and that's what I'm saying. The Suns will be a better version of themselves. The shooting wise might be a better version with Allen there, and that's what they're focused on because they're looking at it from an offensive perspective. They didn't look at it from a defensive perspective first, right? Where Kogi, you insert him, right? You insert him into the starting lineup, and obviously the shooting and everything might take a hit. But in terms of the defense, like when he's there defensively and padding certain things, the offense might be a little bit harder because they could leave him open. But you've seen the success rate that it has, and when he's confident and in his comfortable position being the starter and being told to shoot and his minutes aren't going to be taken and he's himself fully and he's not worried about anything like, oh, I might be taken out, he could hit the shots. We've seen the stretch that he went on to end the season last year and what he was doing, when he was there. Obviously, he's streaky with it, but he could do it. When they won 8 straight, when Katie first got to the team, even at the end of the season, trade deadline. So, Okogie started, I might pull that trigger. It could be very similar to, and I don't think his shooting will be as bad. It could be very similar to, and there's ways to maneuver out the shooting. You cut, you know what I mean? You could out the short roll, through the alley instead of, you know what I mean? Oh, there's other ways, or, stop. There's so many different ways, but it could be very similar to Terrence Mann with the Clippers, where a higher tier version, a maximized version of yourself might be at expense of Westbrook, not because of that person is bad or that person doesn't have defense or can't shoot or whatever. And whatever the case is, just that person is a better defender, and the drastic impact that has is way more than the impact has of you being elite at whatever you're elite at. Sometimes the game just works like that, and that's what I'm saying with Okogie. He could, if he was there, you might have a 1-2 struggle on offense or whatever, but your defense is still going to stop shit. So your offense is still going to be superpower regardless, but now you might get more transition. You might have lesser half-court makes, but you might have more fast breaks, more for it because your defense is there. So you will offset that. So you actually might be a better tier version of who you're supposed to be, as opposed to he's not really padding no one really so much in Grayson Allen to the point where like it's bare steals and stuff. He will get here and there. He's a good defender, but it's not like a drastic impact like OG, like Kawhi. Like Okogie is an elite defender. You know what I'm saying? So you won't get some stops like you won't get, but you will score every possession, because he can hit threes and stuff like that. Your half court is better, but you still might be losing out because they're scoring threes. You know what I mean? You're not having that much impact, and that's what's been happening even in this 7-game win streak. I could see it. From time it's been happening. And I've just been waiting. I just want to see my sample size because I'm like, I don't count the inconsistencies when everyone's there. Now that everyone's there, mainly not everyone like Eric Gordon, but the big three, and Okogie and Allen, now I'm really watching. That's why I've been silent on certain things. You know what I mean? Now I'm watching, getting some studies. You know what I mean? And this is what I'm seeing. Just from a coaching perspective, like, I'm just talking to Vogel Soul. You know what I'm saying? Like, he knows. He's elite. So, and if he didn't think about this, well, then you got to think about it. But for damn sure, I'm expecting that he think about it. I'm expecting that he's thought about it. Sorry, that he's thought about it, and I think that you should pull that trigger, fam. And I think that if you pull that trigger, even if it doesn't work the way, you're not going to be losing games. I don't think so, because Okogie has real elite defense, and he's going to inspire everybody defensively too. Lockups, and you're going to hear Katie yelling at you, hearing them, yeah, good shit, boy, yeah, you're going to hear him. I hear him on the mic all the time from the net. You be hearing him, and Deba going off, yeah, you be hearing him. Oh yeah, what? You be hearing him. You know what I'm saying? Just hollering because it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Honestly, when you're watching your amp, it's beautiful. That's the same. I'm the same shit when I be hooping, yo. Oh, it's beautiful. You just be watching. You just be, hey, you just go. You just be trying to, that energy and that feeling. You feel the bucket. That's an elite bucket, nigga. I'm amped. You just did that shit. You just scream for him. So everybody in the gym knows, especially on the road. Yeah, nigga. And let everybody know on the road too. Yeah, nigga, we here, nigga. Like, that's that. You know what I mean? That's that. This elite work. Only some mans don't. You know what I'm saying? Only some mans don't. But you know what I mean? Like, for the most part, man, like, I think that, and this ended up being a longer Suns video that I expected, but I didn't mean for it to be that long pause. But you know what I mean? That's just I just locked into that. I just locked into that. So, in fact, let me cut that. Let me cut that. Yeah, let me cut that, yo. Let me cut that and not continue with the Luka shit. I'll do a next video, Luka. I will. All right, you already know. So let me know what y'all think about the Phoenix Suns, man. So far Definitely going to be doing more breakdowns with them, like as we ramp up and we gearing towards to the All Star break, gearing towards playoffs. I think this is Kobe year 2-4. I just really think that this playoffs might be one of the most special playoffs that we've seen. Like, you see how all these people are talking about, oh, no defense, huh? Once playoffs comes, they're gonna be saying this is the best playoffs we had. I'm telling you so. I can feel it. All the Hoopers feel it. The Paris feel it. Like from the in-season tournament. If the in-season tournament was like that, oh my God. Year 2-4, every man, like Kobe has real impact. Fuck the league. Kobe. If you were hooping and you knew who Kobe was to you, and you knew who that was, and you knew to the game, to everything, and you adopt that killer Mamba mentality, there's no way that you don't feel it in your spirit. I have to snap. I have to be the best version of myself and kill in this year 2-4. You know what that means. You know what I'm saying? So every man is going ham and everything. You can feel it. That's Mamba. Mamba affects the ecosystem, fam. Like, it's the Mamba mentality. It affects everything. All sport, like everything. So that's why everyone feels like it's their year. We all do. You heard? And that's what I'm saying to you. So this might be in one of the more elite playoffs. I think that I just pray that there's no injury. I pray. Knock on wood. I pray that there's no injury, and every man that makes the playoffs play in everything they're healthy, and then you're gonna see it might even be more upsets than before. Or more shocks. Like, you're gonna see something. Oh my goodness. This is gonna be like real war. This might be one of the sometimes I have dreams sometimes, you know what I mean? I have dreams. You know what I'm saying? But this could be one of the most elite playoffs in NBA history. You already seen it with the numbers and the season. It's not, people are getting it twisted. It's not just their own defense. That's part of it. But the skill set and the mentality and the skill is so potent that when every man starts splashing their shots and mans are close to 50, 40, 90 and mans are excellent in their shit and pulling shit that's available and being superior in their work, when you have skill, the greatness that you could be scoring is, because what was Kobe's 81? Skill. Obviously in a harder time, but you're going to say they weren't playing defense. Everyone used to say the Raptors weren't playing defense. What are they doing? They will never score 81 on me. He's just that skilled and that elite. There's nothing you could do. That's an island. I'm going to fry him. So don't think that defense wasn't being played. Yes, not every possession, like Luka walking, like, you know what I mean? We'll talk about Luka, but for the most part, you know what I mean? Like, honestly, I'm going to continue it. Fuck that shit. It's perfect transition, you know what I mean? Fuck that shit. We're going to do pod style. My fault. I'm just talking to y'all. No cuts. I don't be doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? So for the most part, once in a blue moon that happens, but I don't be doing that. But for what I'm saying is, like, as we transition to Luka, yo, like, the game is just beautiful. We're at a point where there's a lot of people are questioning, like, why is these 70s happening? Why are these 60s happening? Why is this happening? Like, I'm telling y'all, look at when Embiid got his 70. When Kobe scored 81. Look at when Luka got his 73. 4 years from when Mamba died. We have to understand that there is a lot of y'all had the Mamba mentality, but y'all didn't have skill with it back then. So the defense felt more elite than it really was because y'all didn't have skill. So if a man guards you a certain way, it could affect you. And it's not that, and I don't want to sound condescending or negative towards those. I even love the older era more than this one. So, because I know when you're now a real bucket getter, the way you have to get, those are difficult buckets. Double teams, no spacing, like, that shit is beautiful. Beautiful. That's artistry at its finest. Because it's difficult. It's like watching The Matrix. You know what I mean? It's like watching The Matrix and man just and okay, how elite are you? We're not just regular fight one-on-one. We're in this movie now. You're so elite. You're fighting 2, 3 mans, 4 mans. Okay. And let's see how elite you are fighting 4 mans. Like, that's what I thought of, you know what I mean? Or when I'm watching back then. When Kobe was going to work, when MJ was going to work. Way before that, not really. You know what I mean? But that, from MJ, Kobe-ish time, before the analytics came. Because I'll even include Bron. I'll even include Melos. I'll include, like, there's sometimes double team, there's some reckless shit. And more athletic defenders, so it was real war. But now it's like such a one-on-one island because every man around you has so much skill. That's what mans aren't operating on. I can just go double team. Mans could shoot the three. Sometimes all five can. So you can't just leave a man and double. So this is why mans are on an island. A complete island. And we switch everything. Mans don't fight through screens. Jesus. Well, why can mans fight through screens? Because your big rolling don't matter. Because the power forward couldn't really shoot. You had a bruiser as a power forward a lot of the times. So he's at most at the elbow. So you can help off that guy. And then the big that's setting the screen that's rolling because you don't really have a shot like that. There's just no space. And so one guy could guard two for a second. And you could trap. You could double team. And the guy in the corner is not a potent shooter like that. Because even Steve Kerr, when he was spacing out, he was only spacing out at the midi. He wasn't even spacing out at three. What are we talking about? So there's guys that would shoot. They're spacing. We're talking about Hornacek, all these guys. Brian Russell's. A lot of their spacing was, some of them was three, but some of their spacing was only out the elbows. And they'll shoot it. John Stockton, too, at the elbows. He wasn't shooting threes like that. So he was spacing out the elbows from Carmelo's post-up. You know what I'm saying? So that's why your defense could be better. There's less skill around. So you can leave certain shit. You don't have to think about certain shit. But when mans could really shoot, even though he's not great offensively, at least can splash the corner three, you got to be cognizant. So you have to play the game. Am I going to give up a three? That's still more than two. Or let this guy fry him on an island and get a layup. I got to pick and choose. All right. Y'all don't have to think about that and understand that. So when y'all were defending, you know what I'm saying, back then, that's why you're looking at, there's no defense. Why you're so isolated on, he just got the layup. You're not seeing the guy wide open in the corner that if he hits that, the coach is going to be mad at him that you just gave up a three, my fam. When the analytics says that's guaranteed. The two don't even beat you because we could score threes too. That's the thing too. We have skill too. So we ain't worried about certain shit anymore. So they don't try hard on every possession. So I have a case for, it's not that, it's natural evolution. Sometimes some things get sussed. Natural evolution in the game, when it's beautiful to know what the players are doing and see everything behind the scenes. Natural evolution of social media is going to suss some integrity in certain things. It's going to suss some crucial moments that you only could see without the camera being there. I can't be myself. I got to walk in. I have to be a robot now because cameras is watching. I can't just say, fuck you, nigga. I can't just talk how I really want to talk in the arena because there's no cameras. And the way we really cursing and what the crowd's really saying is even worse than any of the shit y'all heard. I don't need a beater. I just know because I hoop. And if we all feel like this is a war right now, I'm gonna say some reckless shit. It's a war. We're trying our best. We can't hoop as a fan watching. So I'm gonna say some shit to throw you off. I'm gonna affect the game. So they just cussing because it's humans. So if this guy looks, it might hit his soul. He might play bad now. Everyone's trying to affect the game. That's why it was so beautiful back then. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was beautiful. So when you look at it from that perspective, it's like, when you see the evolution of things just in life in general, some things sometimes are natural. Sometimes you just have a natural side effect of it. So when the skill evolves, you know what I mean? It just naturally, the defense naturally gets sus because of it. So when you look at it from that perspective, it's like both is right, but I would say that the skill getting potent is way more right. There is some things that have affected, like hand checking and certain things, but even with the hand checking, the way guys have dribbling, the spacing you have, like, and the skill, like, it's so, how much can you crowd a guy and then not just go spin off? Like, mans don't even want to crowd that much because the ability, or could just pull or do whatever. Part of it is, though, the contact, because you're getting called fouls for it. It does affect, but I don't think, I think it might be a bit lesser, but it still would be reckless. Because, again, just the dynamics of all the skill, the spacing on the floor, all that type of stuff. So, that's naturally what I'm talking about with Luka. So Luka getting this 73, it was elite work and all of that type of stuff. But, obviously there's people that are saying these 70s, it doesn't feel like the 81 did. It doesn't feel like that, which I understand that, because it's like, watching an NBA game and seeing an open layup, like, multiple, is wild. It's just if you watch hoop for so long and you actually hoop, just seeing open layups, like, when mans are trying, it's just like, what is that? That's stupidity. Like, so I get natural instincts. Is like, that's not fucking no defense. My 70, my 50 was harder than that 70, which is true. I'm not saying it isn't. It's true. But I'm just saying it's not that they're not playing defense. The defense just looks different. Because part of playing defense is I have to allow the two when the guy from three can really shoot. That's just part of playing defense. Is just y'all haven't been in those defensive waters that wasn't your thought process or your logic or even like that was never in your mind to defend like that because the three felt like the harder shot because mans don't make threes back then. Mans didn't. It's hard to shoot. It was so easy to run, dunk, layups, and have a bag closer. Mans used to have bare middies but couldn't shoot the three. Stuff like that, right? It was just harder to shoot the three. You know what I'm saying? Is like so the fact that back then that thought process is an old thought process. That three is literally like it's unguard. It's so hard. So the three is a harder shot than him making the two protect the two. And that's the thought process though. At the end of the day, like in the clutch. So it's not that they're wrong. It's just that on an every play basis, when you now see what 48 games is and you have all this analytics and numbers affecting the game, it's like you can sometimes give up some shit. It's not going to matter if we do our job and hit our threes and do what we do. You know what I mean? Where that's why you won't regardless see an open layup in the clutch. Like all those open layups you're seeing, like even with Luka's like first half and you know what I mean? Like third quarter, like some shit. You know what I mean? So I can understand both, but you know, for the most part, I don't discredit Luka's 73, even though I do know it's way easier. But I'm just looking at how he scored. A lot of it was just tough makes, tough shots that were defended. So, you know what I mean? There were some layups and some easy shit, but a lot of it was tough shit. And I like how Luka's really playing, man. I love how he's playing. I love how elite he's feeling. And I love the fact that he's catching and shooting. He's being able to be used off the ball, even in the actions, because normally in the actions he was the ball handler. He would sometimes set screens and shit just to get it back, but this time the way he's getting is like he's a threat right when he gets it. Sometimes he catches and shoots right off a handoff, or sometimes he dribble pulls right. Like he's using it to his game. He's running the play to run the play. He's not like running the play to like okay, just the play just to get me to this spot with this defender on me. Now I ISO. He's running the play like the play was to get you coming downhill to come off that screen and pull off that screen like it's a tray ball. Like whatever's available in the scenario, use the play. How this play works is going to be different every time depending on how they guard it. So we just running this play just to get a great look. The look might not be the same every time. It's just a play. So now he's really using the plays. He still sometimes does his, I'm gonna use this play for my specific shit, but he's still like hooping in his specific way within the play. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I see what he's doing. And that's why his efficiency has increased from 3. Like he's really worked on catching and shooting and being potent off it and willingness to pull it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know what I mean? That's why he's just like, when you hoop so well like that, and that's why sometimes he could just walk in the lane so easily. And it feels so easy, but he's being defended. But it's the plays that are useful now and the threat is higher now. So mans go over the screen more than they would. They would always go under back then. You know what I mean? So stuff like that. So now that you're going over the screen, now my man is downhill and these passes are elite so they can pass in the pocket right better than other men could pass in the pocket back then. So then now that you're coming downhill, you know what I mean? He's on your back and now you do slow gathers while he's on your hip, but you have skill that feels like a layup. Where back then, that would be a bad shot and a man would miss that. That would be good defense, but it doesn't look like good defense. It looks like a bunny because it's so skilled and they have softer touch even more now. You know what I mean? And he's 6'8" doing it. Where like it was the small guys doing it and it's amongst trees. Like it's just the taller guys could move differently and the taller guys have more skill. So that's why, this shit looks so easy. When it's not. It's not. It's not. So both things are true, yo. It's just I see the game differently. You know what I mean? So I could see I see all things. I see all things, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, yo, that's what I see. So honestly, I like to see what I saw from Luka, especially doing it for Kobe and, you know, everything like that and everything that I was saying. But, you know, yeah, Mama's changing. This playoffs is gonna be a real playoffs. It's gonna be a real playoffs. Luka's elite for that, but it's gonna be a real playoffs. Man even did the misdirection to the midi, fading out of bounds. Like dog. What we talking about? Man, just trying shit, yo. Man, just hooping, yo. You gotta be happy, yo. This is like this day and age that we're seeing shit. That's why KD's like 70 fucking hell. His first thought, because he's playing and he's doing it and he understands the skill. His first thought isn't this league is so easy to score. That ain't shit. His first thought is like, God damn, like another. This is reckless. This pace of score, like Jesus, buckets are being had regardless. Like even like and mans are trying. Like you could. Like it's just mans get tired more than they ever got tired before because just the pace is so fast. The track meets skill. Like you cover more ground on the court because man can shoot from everywhere. Man can shoot from deep. You have to guard from half every possession. Before you only do that when you're trying to get a steal. You do that sometimes, but even when you do that, the man's Mark Jackson using his ass to come back up the court. Like he's not actually crossing over to come up the court, and you go to full court. So I'm my full court and every time when man's could cross me. Let me not full court. So now when we do full court, it's because this man's shooting from deep. It's different. And if I make one mistake, you could pull from deep. Before, if I cross over, he could beat me and I could recover and slide all the way. That's why Pippen is their padded mans. Not like he didn't have elite defense, but there's another side to it too. There's a flip side. Mans weren't shifty like that. In terms of shifty into shots from that deep. No way. Jose. There was no screens from that far. Not like that. So everything is everything, yo. Everything is everything. That's how I see it. It's just beautiful to see, yo. That's why man's natural reaction is, yo, this is elite work, yo. Elite work. This is beautiful, yo. Man's even getting 62 in a loss. That should even tell you something. 62 in a loss. Cat, 60-something in a loss, whatever, 62 in a loss. Like, before, all the 60s were always in wins because if one man is having an onslaught scoring like that, mans weren't skilled like that to even match it. Now mans have ability. Mans actually have ability, yo. So your 62 could actually mean nothing. And it's proof to me that those 62 aren't as impactful as the 40s from back then. Because it was the type of buckets it was. It was, mans aren't getting buckets. So when you see a man get bucket like that, it's like, wow. But when mans are splashing escape threes, it's like a next play. So it's not as demoralizing. So it feels even more water. Even though it's more skilled, it feels more water. There's less weight to it. So it's not like, it's more normalized. You're used to it. So I get that. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like, this is elite work regardless. It's elite work regardless. So, it's beautiful to see. Anyways, it's true talks. I know this was OD, yo, but you know what I mean? Let's try some shit out. Let's try the pod style real quick. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all already know. It's true talks. Again, like I said, share, like, and subscribe. I'm out here. There's no doubt here. There's no drought here, fam. You already know. Again, I know the video did cut off. It just, it glitched. But, my fault. Shouldn't happen again. But you know what I mean? Mans is out here. So, I appreciate y'all. Spread the word. Man, we keep tallying up and we're just going to increase. This is the year, yo. It's the year. You already know. I'm out here. There's no doubt here. There's no drought here. You feel me? I appreciate y'all. You already know, man. Again, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. You feel me? And I'm out, man.